governor either come in person or in online, and right now we have a follow-up plan with the Nigerian government on ending open defecation by 2025. Next. So President Clinton came to help us on fundraising. Next, we have Time Magazine named me Hero of the Environment. So a lot of this legitimacy keeps on accumulating for sanitation, and then the shit becomes more sexy, you know. Right? Next. So Matt Damon also came and do a publicity stunt for World Toilet Day. Yeah. Next. Bill Gates, now I think he's funded more than 200 million, I think maybe almost 300 million, reinventing the toilet, because he realized that preventive medicine, cheapest medicine in the world, toilet, is going to help him not have so much expenditure on health, right? Next. So the whole story I'm trying to summarize at this half point is that we use other people's money, other people's talent, other people's power, time, brand, effort, and we align everybody's aspiration such that everybody is mutually exploiting one another. So we say mutual exploitation is collaboration, and collective selfishness is selflessness. So if we can get everyone to use each other, then in the end, the result is an ecosystem. Just like the forest, all the animals are selfish, but when they come together, you get an ecosystem. So if we are able to think that way, then we are able to align everybody's aspiration. Next. So I went to the UN and lobby, and next, and then over a 10-month period. Next, over a 10-month period, we have a unanimous adoption for World Toilet Day. Next. Next slide. Yeah. So this became official, and our founding day of this small little NGO that employ only 2 persons, plus me working for free, we created the UN Day. Yeah. So every year this is celebrated. So we get Salman Khan to help us fundraise. This is like the most popular Bollywood star. And next. And Prime Minister Modi successfully leveraged sanitation to win landslide victory in sanitation and build 110 million toilets. So when he came to Singapore, we have an official appreciation photograph, and this again create legitimacy when I go back to India to work. Right. Next. In India, we started to build 6 World Toilet colleges. So how can we partner with Harpic, with Reckitt Benckiser, and this is a bleach company, and they fund the staff, and the building was donated by Swami, by some priest who's a palm reader. So we keep on growing through leverages and partnership with other people, and they take ownership, and then it grows. Next. So Jay-Z, Coldplay use World Toilet Day for their big concert in Mumbai, and we play to 80,000 free tickets. Next. So next. Yeah. So you can see 80,000 free tickets, and this whole concert was attended by all the who's who in India, Prime Minister Modi, all the minister, plus all the Bollywood star. So it became, toilet become a fashion in India. You know. Next. So then China, President Xi Jinping became a toilet champion. So we started in 2004 before his reign, but when he took over, he found that sanitation is very, very important. And now, of course, I changed costume and do my paperwork and all that. So actually, very adaptively, we adjust to each of this situation and leverage on it. Right? Next, we built 15 rainbow school toilets. So I raised fund to renovate 15 rural school, and then we get the children to clean the toilet, and then we send this model to the Ministry of Education in China, and they use that model for 215,000 schools. I never knew that there's such a country with 215,000 schools, you know, and we're like really surprised. Can you imagine you do 15 and you get leverage of 250 by not doing it, but getting somebody else to do it, right? So the lesson in this whole process is that you can achieve anything as long as you can get others to do it. So if you can take away today, like you can do anything as long as you can get others to do it, then you can start to change the way you think about your ability to change the world. Yeah, next. So last year we were supposed to have World Toilet Summit in Japan, but then the COVID happened, so we didn't go. So the book was there for the launch and sold 15,000 copies in Japan. And how do I write an autobiography in Japanese? I actually didn't, right? I went to the biggest publisher, PHP Institute, and I just do 2 full day of interview. So 8 hours and 8 hours, then they record everything, they edit it into a book, and they say, I'm the author. So that's how you see, you don't have to do things, just get other people to do, right? Next. Then Queen Elizabeth gave me a Commonwealth Points of Light Award. Next. And then we have a movie star Akshay Kumar doing Toilet, A Love Story. It was a blockbuster. And then Padman, which is menstrual hygiene. So Bollywood start to find that this exciting. So people take ownership. And then I also wrote a movie script and raised $1 million. And we have a Singapore comedy show called Everybody's Business. And so I learned how to make movies after that, right? Next. So eventually they make a movie of what I do called Mr. Toilet, the world #2 man. So I think Nita, probably you can like do a screening. It's 90 minutes. So you could just do a screening here in your next whatever Thursday you call it, like now, right? Next. Last year was our 20th anniversary, and the UN made stamps for World Toilet Day. So in euro, in Swiss franc, and in US dollar, and it was like we didn't plan it, but whatever we do have a life of its own and just keep on going. Right. Next. So since 2001, 2.4 billion people have toilet. 193 countries celebrate World Toilet Day every year. We broke the taboo. 3 billion audience per year. That's like one Gangnam Style per year. And one Gangnam Style is just 1 year, but ours is every year. And our budget for media is zero. We don't have money, so we don't spend anything. We just tell story, and all the medias keep on running it. And then we have World Toilet Summit, which we actually get paid. So they pay like $300,000 for the event, and they pay us 50,000. And we have mobilized China, India, and Brazil, and then Nigeria, and now we want to go to all the other ADB countries. Yeah. Next. So we are also working to do the implementation guideline and standards. So this, we had a discussion this morning, and this will change, but we'll eventually have a product that everybody can use to improve their sanitation condition and to persuade people very, very easily. Next. 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 Yeah. So how do we do it is we use powerful storytelling, and by telling story, we give media the readership and the advertising income, the politician, the votes and power, the policy makers, their cost-benefit analysis, which is also supported by the academia, and the academia get their publication, because in academia life, you publish or you perish. So they would do the research and then everybody can use it. And celebrity come for popularity and donors come for visibility and NGO comes for money and everyone gets toilet. So this is like you just make people work with one another, right? Next. And here's a chart of who likes what. You put it together. Okay, next. So how to make sanitation highly profitable? A lot of time you must understand that sanitation is the cheapest medicine in the world, and we have to price the externality. And a lot of people didn't price the externality. They just say, does the sanitation business make money? No, the sanitation business save a lot of money, which are public good, and we have to price the public good and the private good together. Then we can drive demand for it and convert the demand into vote banks and then move the politician by influencing them. And then once the politician empower the bureaucrats, then we can move every level at national, provincial, local, and at personal level. And if everyone benefit at personal level, they will start to help work on their organizational level as well. So we support sanitation through education, through tourism, through housing, through health, through livelihood, through rural development, through productivity. So sanitation cuts across all different real sectors, yeah. And about pollutions and if you position sanitation as a cultural lifestyle and dignity, I think it will eventually one day become a normal subject. Yeah. Next. So I'll just skip this part. Yeah. Next. So the storytelling is that if you tell story before a chicken happened, the chicken will, people will see it, and then when they see it, they will follow, right? Next. So once they follow, they become like a potato. You put it on the ground and it keeps growing other potato. Next. So more potato are grown because one potato is planted and you don't have to do anything. You just keep on growing by itself. Next, you have a fractal that repeat pattern. Next, and then it bloom. So the whole idea is that you must not control it. You must let everyone participate, and everyone control it, and everyone runs it. And you don't need to worry who gets the credit. You just have to know that the thing happened, and finally the world get better, and that's all you need to know, right? Next. So if everybody is a beautiful shape, you have to be the background noise. Next. So you have to be willing to be this gray space that is not noticed. And that's how you orchestrate all the other players, because let the other people take ownership of it. Next. So our job is to bring government, foundation, development bank, everybody into a synchronized, efficient manner, like a Swiss watch. And once they all come together efficiently, then you don't have to do anything anymore. They have a life of its own. Yeah. Next. Next. Yeah. So whatever happened is that all the stakeholders, they have solution, they have talent, they have power, they have ideas. And if you innovate, it's 90% failure. If you copy, it's 90% success. So you have to copy. You have to copy everybody and integrate them together and recycle and reuse proven solutions. So things that are not recycle and reuse, the biggest waste in the world is idea waste. Next. So I also built a building myself with $10 million of my own money and try to do the SDG. Next. Yeah. So work with exponential mindset, work from the vision backwards, leverage everybody, incentivize everyone, form teams, and then whoever says, no, this is not going to work, don't worry about them. They'll be the late supporter. They won't go away because once you're successful, everybody join in. Hey, thank you very much.
Wow. I have been the biggest fan of Jack ever since I've heard of him, and I remain so. We have time for 2 questions, and you can send it. Jack will be working with us in future, and I hope we will bring him every quarter. So 2 killer questions. Who wants to go first? We apparently have to finish exactly at 2, I've been told.
Online, there's some chat.
Online, there's some questions. Do you want to just speak up? Please make it very succinct. Can somebody read that?
No, that's just a comment.
Okay. Oh, there are too many. There are too many, so I think I'll just save time. We will forward them all to Jack later. We'll filter them and forward them. Thank you so much, Jack. We would like to learn from you on how to be the paper. We also want to be the influencer of the gray paper, and we want our governments to shine and our mayors to shine and turn into colorful chickens and beautiful shapes. Teach us how to do that, so our dollar turns into multiple dollars with huge impact. And any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
The World Toilet College, we train people to clean toilet professionally. We train them to maintain sewer chockage. So in India, there's this sewer diver who dive in and immerse himself full of shit. And because they breathe the toxic gas every day, they live till around 40 plus and they die. So we don't want that. We now teach them to work above ground with machines, and all our machines are donated by Amitabh Bachchan.
The most famous actor. He's like God in India, including my God.
He plays God. That's
yeah,
why.
he plays God too. Yeah.
Very interested how you started the initiative. You mentioned you started with 2 individuals and yourself working 3 times. How did you start to conceptualize how it's going to work out in the future? What is that first step?
So I didn't know what I'm doing. In fact, first 7 years, I don't have money to employ anybody. So it was alone even until President Abdul Kalam opened the World Toilet Summit. There was no staff. It was just myself telling stories. And the main part of the game was the media coming in and reporting it as if this is a really, really big movement. And the media coverage is so huge because the way I tell the story is non-academic. So I use very simple language that ordinary people can relate to, and sometimes very provocative. And if they want me to go and sit in the toilet, I heard that there's an interview afterwards. I have to
toilet.
sit in the toilet. It's no problem. So if you want to do good storytelling, you want to do anything, you don't care about yourself. If you are very worried about your own image, then you can't do so many things, right? But in my case, as long as it works, then it works. So I didn't know that it will grow so big, right? I just keep on adaptively doing, but because it was a search for meaning rather than like I'm employed to deliver this. So it's really, really fun. And I'm quite happy that within a lifetime, I can do so much.
Thank you, Jack. I think we have to stop here, but another big round of applause, please, for Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jack is here all of today and also Lily tomorrow morning. My colleague Mafelda here has organized all this. Do send further questions you have to Mafelda or water sector team, and we'll ensure we keep bringing Jack back here. Thank you very much, Jack.
Recordings.